Hi everyone, I'm not a farm girl on a homestead adventure. Three years ago, my family left Los Angeles to move out here to the country. Welcome to Plan B Orchard and Farm. One of the first animals that we got when we moved to the country was chickens, and I'm so excited to be a part of Rain Country's Chicken Mania collaboration. So I'm going to just tell you a little bit about our story and what we've learned about chickens. We started out, it was Easter, the week of Easter, and I just drove to the hatchery and I bought the 7 chicks that they had left the day before Easter. So we got a couple Australorps, which are white and black, they're a crossbreed. A couple this, a couple that, and then I put in an order while I was there for Buff Orpingtons. And the reason that we got Buff Orpingtons is they're a dual bird, a dual purpose bird. They're both meat bird and egg layers, and they're also known for being broody. So we thought, you know, every year they'll have their clutch of chicks, and then when they grow up and start production, then we'll butcher the first batch. However, we have not had luck with our broody hens. We have only hatched out 3 chicks in the 3 years that we've been here, and they were all roosters. So not a lot of luck with that. Then we added some Easter eggers to the mix. Love the colored eggs. They're probably my favorite birds. And then when they started getting a little older, we also bought some brown bovins. That's what they are. And they lay really big speckled brown eggs. They're really awesome egg layers. And so that's what we've had most of this time. One thing that we talked about when we decided to raise our own animals for food was that as much as possible, we want to give them non-GMO food. We found a brand that we really like, and the chickens were doing well on it. And within the time of a year, the company raised the price twice. So we couldn't really afford it anymore because the eggs were not selling enough for enough money to pay for the feed for the chickens, and so that wasn't working out. So we switched to this other brand of feed that was locally sourced, which is always best if you can do that, and it costs a lot less, bonus. However, our egg production went down and the egg shells got really thin, so it wasn't as good quality as the other more expensive feed that we had been giving them. So at this point we switched back to the more expensive feed, hoping that it'll bring production back up and improve the quality of the eggs. In the meantime, we are also trying to come up with creative ways to reduce the cost of feed overall. One of those is by making our own fodder, and another one is starting a worm bin, and I'll show you more about that when we get down to our house. Behind me you can see the mobile coop that Chris made. It's on skids. The skids are logs that we felled from our wooded hillside over there, and the reason that it's mobile is obviously so you can move it around. We plant... There's a chicken back in my shoe. Happy food tastes better. That's what we always say. We want our animals to be happy and healthy. You can taste the difference. What are you talking about, Mama? I hear you. Hi. We plan on putting the chickens in the garden over winter. Our garden is mostly grass and weeds. So the chickens will go in there, scratch it up. They were on it for a little while, and I'll show you where they were is like bare ground, tilled, ready to go, and where they weren't, grass and weeds. So we're gonna put them in there over winter, and the coop is lacking the nesting boxes. They don't start laying until around 20 weeks old, so we didn't need them yet. Chris has been working on them in the garage. It's gonna hang on the outside on the back of the coop there. Chris is designing it with a lid that opens this way, and also where the back will open down when we need it to. And the reason is because we're going to use a tip that we saw, another tip on Justin Rhodes' channel, where you use milk crates for the nesting boxes, and then if you get a broody hen, you just put a top on and you move her to your isolation coop, and then you don't have to try to move eggs around. That's when we have had trouble with our broody hens, is because the nesting boxes in the other coop up the hill are about this high, and you can't have chicks up there that high. So we would try and move the mama and the nest to the isolation coop, and then a lot of times when we touch the eggs and stuff, the mamas didn't like that. They wouldn't sit on them, just all sorts of problems. So we're hopeful that we can get some broody hens. If not, then probably our next step would be to try an incubator so that we can save on the cost of buying new chicks when these girls get old. Okay, let's talk about breed. All 26 of these girls are barred rock hens, and the reason we went with all one breed is because in a year or two when these girls get older and we decide to bring some new chicks into the flock, then we will know which ones are ready for the stew pot. Shh, don't tell them I said that. Because they'll all be the same breed. Some people use bands on their legs, but that's an additional expense and time that we don't want to spend doing that. I'm going to go get a couple things and come back to show you. Okay, so here I have some black oil sunflower seeds. Every summer and long into the fall, we have a soaking system where we turn these into sprouted seeds, fodder for the animals. We made a video before that we'll put a link to, and in that video we were talking mostly about doing it for the pigs, but it shows you day by day the system, how to set it up, and how much volume increases when you change from a seed to a sprouted seed. I also have bins and window screening here. This is for my newest project. I'm going to be making a mealworm farm, and I'll be putting up a video for that soon. So if you're interested in learning how to do that, hit the subscribe button. And so mealworms, free-ranging, chicken scratch, sprouted sunflower seeds, these are all ways that you can feed your chickens natural, non-GMO, organic, healthy food and save money on buying feed at the feed store. Thanks so much for watching this Chicken Mania video. I hope you enjoyed our tour, our explanation of how we raise our chickens here at Plan B Orchard and Farm. Bye everyone.
No, don't think that's funny.
That's funny.